If you want, we can just, whoever's read the book, I can read out
Which
a
is
bit
the
or somebody
best
else
book
can.
today? Which is the book today you're reading?
This is actually this book we had decided a couple of weeks back, and some of us have read it. We thought that we could read out from it, read aloud a few excerpts that we enjoyed. But I'm not sure if everybody's had a chance to go through it. So if we want, then yeah. So if you'd like to do that, then we can discuss it next week because now we have the book as well from
Mhm.
HarperCollins. Um, I'm very kind of them. So they're quite excited by the whole idea of the Sukoon Book Club for seniors.
Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're right.
So
Yes.
maybe, Gitanjali ji's gone through it. I've gone through it a bit. So maybe we can just read out a couple of paras or if somebody else is interested.
So,
Right.
if it's okay, there are four stories on the ugly duckling,
Yeah.
but with a little different kind of treatment. So, I
Right.
thought I can discuss that.
Yeah, sure. So let me tell everybody about the book. Or Gitanjali ji, you would like to? Could you just tell them a little bit about the book?
No, you tell them.
Because
Okay, fine. So
You are the
this
host.
okay. So this book, I was trying to get you to kind of just host it.
I
You
know,
thought
I
you
know.
thought that. So anyway, so basically the book is called And They Lived Ever After, Disabled Women Retell Fairy Tales. Right?
okay.
Yeah, so this is an anthology. It's a collection of short stories written by women who obviously face some kind of disability, mental or physical disability. So basically, the founder of Rising Flame, the organization that put it together, and it's published by HarperCollins, they felt that, when they were growing up, there were no fairy tales that they could identify with. So that is why they have, put this anthology together for anybody. It's for any age group.
Yes.
So some of them, it's like the ugly duckling, which is, the ugly duckling is very anxious. So we'll read out a few paras from there. Then there's Rapunzel, who's actually in a wheelchair because, in the traditional fairy tale, we have her stuck in a tower and she lets down her
Yeah.
hair for the prince to climb up, right? So in this, what the twist they've made is, that she's actually in a wheelchair and her upper body strength and her arms are very strong. So, which is why she can let down the rope and pull that poor prince up. So they've given that twist. And
Yeah.
just to give it, I mean, it's not a spoiler really. It's just, they're so sensitive, they convey the messages so sensitively. This prince says that I want to take you to my palace, but she says that, I can't. She ventures out a bit and the roads are terrible. So he says, I'll build a road for you. And, he tries to carry her first. So she says that please don't carry me, I'm very uncomfortable. So the message that through the book is that, if you want to help, ask first. And it's really fun. It's very, the stories are very happy and joyous and all that. So that's
So,
about the book.
and she's so scared because she doesn't know that she has come among people who are like her. So she's very scared and she's asking questions all the time. Will someone bully me? Who are the people here who, pull you from below? Who are the people? And the swan is telling her, no, we don't do that. We don't do that. And she can't understand it. And then she asks her, what are you? And she says, I'm a swan. And when she says, I'm a swan, and she's a swan, and he's a swan, and you're a swan, and she keeps repeating that I'm a swan, I'm a swan. That that's what creates the beauty for her, that she's a swan. And just because she was in the wrong group, she thought she was deficient. So one of the stories was about her discovery of herself. The other ugly duckling had the mother worrying about the child and wondering what is going to happen. Why is this child like this? Why is this child not like the other kids? And then she sees the swan. She sees the swans. And then she realizes that, oh, my child is like them. But there's a beautiful conflict there that she doesn't want to let go of this child. But she takes her child to them. And and she is feeling very uncomfortable because these are new people to her. She's not a swan, she's a duck. And so she's so worried. And they've brought that out so beautifully that the mother is handling things so with so much fear, with so much discomfort, but she's going out of her comfort zone because she loves her baby so much. So the second one is more about the mother. The third one is about uh, an ugly duckling who is treated as a freak, and the mother is told that why are you protecting her? Why in our this thing community, if there is a weak child or if there is a different child, we just leave it outside and let the hawks eat them up, or vultures come and pick them up. Why are you protecting her? And then finally she runs away, and then she becomes part of a freak show where there are all kinds of freaks, and she thinks she's a freak. But there's an accident. Being taken somewhere. There's an accident, and she saves the other people who thought they were freaks. And since she has saved them now, she doesn't need to even know that she's a swan. Now here she discovers the mother in her, and she's the stronger person. And once we find our strength, then a disability doesn't stay a disability anymore. So, each of these stories has the same thing of discovery, but the discovery is of a different kind.
Yes, anybody, please. Yes.
I am sorry, I joined late. Oh God, this is echoing.
Yeah.
My name is Neelam Kumar,
Yeah.
and I am a best-selling author of 11 books. And
Wonderful to have you here.
thank
We're so
you. And
thrilled. Yeah.
I just, chanced upon this forum, and I
Yeah.
feel so happy. I'm a senior citizen, and this is my 11th, my latest book that is
Hmm.
called Wi-Fi and Wisdom,
Yeah.
Connecting with Teens. So I just want to uh, tell you what the book is about. I will
Of
read
course, of
something.
course.
Thank you. Um, Wi-Fi and Wisdom sweeps across the fascinating terrain of three generations. The baby boomers, we are all baby boomers, born between 1946 and 1964, the millennials, and the Gen Zs, observing their most fascinating aspects. It travels from the leisurely black and white TV days of the grandparents, which we are, via the tech savvy times of the millennial parents to the AI revolution that today's teens are living through. It documents the confusion of digital native parents raising their own gadget dependent teenagers while while chasing busy professional schedules. It also highlights the lonely struggle of the grandparents, craving time and attention from the younger generations. The book navigates the intricate tapestry of modern life, the meeting of tradition and innovation, the clash of contrasting ideals, and the blend of nostalgia and foresight. Can the gap ever be bridged? Can harmony be achieved? Or is conflict inevitable? That's what the book is about. And
Wow,
I'm
lovely.
so happy to say that I, a boomer grandparent, I have co-authored this book with my 16-year-old grandbaby, grandson.
Oh, that's so nice.
Oh, that's
Thank you so.
wonderful. My God.
Yeah, and his perspectives about the digital revolution, they are so revolutionary. And so it's a very interesting book
Yes.
because it talks about our ages, how
Yeah, it sounds very interesting when you were
completely,
reading.
yes. And there are interviews of so many people there, who have documented what they feel about this change from the black and white days to the AI
Yeah,
revolution
that's
days.
fantastic. It is so this book club, this is I think the fourth week probably. So there is a book
Okay.
that we had decided to discuss, And They Lived Ever After. I've shared the PDF. So which is
Uh-huh.
what we were, just reading out bits because this is the book we had decided earlier.
Oh,
And
lovely.
yeah, so you can go through that too, but you're so welcome to join for Neelam ji. And would you
Yeah,
like her to read any
please ask
extracts?
me.
Huh?
Anything you want.
Yeah, yeah. So, in one of our support groups, in fact, we were talking about communication and
Uh-huh.
how, that youngsters are like, completely lost in their phones. Of course, we are too. But, they're
Absolutely.
completely lost. So, how to bridge the gap? Like,
Oh, wow.
ask them, what are you watching? Can we take a look or something
Yeah.
like that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
anybody, any questions? Anoop ji?
Any questions, please?
Yeah.
Thank you
Anyone.
to topic,
Or any
Redaya.
experiences? Any
Yeah.
experiences? Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, why don't you start, Neelamji? Maybe, the questions will come after that.
Okay. Okay.
How maybe did you struggle? How did
Okay.
the book happen? Like you've done it with your grandson. So
Right.
were
Right.
you
What is
always
my
in
name?
books
I
or
am visiting your book club for the first time. So allow me to hear whatever is going on.
okay, sure, Nopji.
Should I speak?
Thank you for joining. Yeah, so Neelamji, I'm just doing an interview with you now.
Yeah,
Everybody
sure.
can jump in.
Sure. Go ahead. May I know
Yeah.
your name, darling? I'm sorry I
I'm
missed it.
Anuradha Verma.
Hello, Anuradha.
Yeah.
Very happy because, I love books and I love people who love books because that is my, that
Oh, we have
is
a
my,
lot of readers here. A lot of readers, yeah.
oh,
People are
that's
not speaking up so
wonderful.
much, but yeah. Hmm.
Uh-huh.
And I was thinking this generation doesn't like books because they're all on the
Ah,
computer. I feel so sad. The books
exactly.
they all are on the computer.
Yeah,
Exactly.
yeah.
That's what my book is about.
Yeah.
You know,
So, Neelam, I'd like to ask you, I'm just
yeah,
asking questions and
please
people,
do.
I'm just, like I said, just getting the ball rolling. Please, everybody jump in with questions. So
Yes.
tell me, were you always in sync, your grandson and you, or was it a challenge and then you found your way and, you found something, uh, that you could
Okay.
do together? Yeah. With a young baby.
No, all the other books I have done,
Hmm.
they, um, like with Mr. Khushwant Singh, those of you of my era who will know that,
Yes,
co-authored it with him. And
yeah.
then, and then there was To Cancer with Love, My Journey of Joy, which Mr. Ratan Tata and Mr. Amitabh Bachchan, they found
Oh,
fascinating. And
wow.
they funded the first graphic novel of India. It is called To Cancer with Love, a graphic novel. And then the actor Manisha Koirala, she wanted me to write a book,
Hmm.
biography, Healed, How Cancer Gave Me a New Life, and so on and on. There have been many books.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm a full-time life skills coach for
Right.
16 and 17-year-olds at a
Okay.
very premier school here. So when I'm talking to children, to students, I see they are all absorbed in their mobiles. And,
Yes,
that is their world. That is their world, and we can't take it away from them. And that is why I was very fascinated by this division that has happened, because then the parents come to me and they say there's no connection between us and the children. They are completely absorbed in them. And the students say, no, my parents just don't understand me. We live in two separate planets. So then I have my grandson who I asked, and I said, "You are 16-year-old, beta. You tell me, why don't you explain your planet to me, and I will explain my planet to you." And in between, the parents who are the crush generation, they thought that they were the digital natives, but then suddenly they are worried about their own child's screen time. So that is what, we I said, let's collaborate. And he said, sure, Dadi, let's do that. And we collaborated and we stumbled on such interesting views, opinions. So there's a person my age who said, no, they have no time for us, and whatever they only spend their time, in their activities and the phone. Whereas the youngsters said, they don't understand us at all. For example, marriage is a stupid institution. Why do they stick around with the same person until they die? you know that that's a prison that they put on themselves. So no, we are going from relationship to situationship to every kind of. And then one girl said, I'm 15, ma'am, and my first relationship gave me thrills. The other relationship, next one, gave me adventure. And after that, each one gave me different things like patience. And now I am amazing after 13 relationships. She's only 15.
Oh,
You can't
So
judge. You can't judge. You're
we
just
can't
learning.
judge, yeah. But these are real opinions, real interviews, which we've gathered, and they are very interesting
your
to
world,
understand.
your world and their world.
Yes.
What a difference.
What a difference. Yes.
Yeah.
So, yes, I would love you all to, read it and comment, read this book and comment.
Yeah.
So, may
Yes.
I propose that we come back to our original discussion? Yes, let's,
No, no, no. The original discussion was about And They Lived Ever After.
okay,
So we are kind of done with that because not everybody's read the book, but we have given a teaser kind of, Gitanjali ji and
okay,
I.
okay.
So
So,
we'll
do
be,
you read a book every time and then discuss it?
no, not really, not necessarily. The last time the first time we read um Roald Dahl's book, Revolting Rhymes.
Yeah.
Somebody
Ah,
had
okay,
suggested. So
okay,
we read a few of that. Then we read Abol Tabol.
okay.
Yeah, some excerpts. And this time, actually, this book we had for about 3 weeks running. So,
Okay,
some of us had read it.
yeah,
So we just gave kind of just read out excerpts from it. And we
yeah.
are also discussing, Shruti Natok is a concept where, it's a Bengali concept where, people get together and they read out plays and play certain roles.
Ah,
Yeah, so
okay.
so we are recommending plays for that. So once you join the WhatsApp group, please feel free to suggest.
I
I just
will.
suggested one play, Bade Bhai Sahab by Prem Chand.
Okay,
I've asked a theater group to share the script with us. So this is
okay.
where we are at right now.
Okay.
And
Anuradha,
this
how do I start a discussion on my book? How do I
right
suggest it?
now, right now, we're doing it right now. So that's why I said
No,
you've
but I
joined at
want
the
people
perfect time.
once we read that book, we can all give in our opinions. How do I do that?
So see, the thing is, you can share your book in the WhatsApp group. I'll
I
share
will.
it as
Yeah.
well. So people
Okay.
can buy it or something. If you want to share excerpts, a PDF, parts of it, then I think it's
Yes.
just easier for everyone to go through it.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. A
yeah. So
PDF, the editors will not allow. The
yeah, you
publishers
can
will
share
not
like a
allow.
chapter or so,
A
a
chat.
chapter or
Okay.
two. Yeah.
Sure. Sure. Oh yeah. Love in the 70s. Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
would like to
Yeah. So I think
share that.
our original discussion, we kind of, you joined at
Okay.
the right time. So
Okay.
of course, talk about your book.
How
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
And so lovely to meet a like-minded group,
Yeah.
because nowadays why I wrote the graphic novel? Because
Mm.
there's so much of dwindling readership base and very short attention spans.
Yeah.
The reason it became such a hit is because of that. The illustrations are fantastic, and people like to read on the go
Yeah.
and get
Yeah.
the capsule. So
Yeah, of course.
that's why.
But tell me, you said, so one is situationships of
Yeah,
today.
I
What do
don't
you
remember.
think?
There are four different things, and there's also things like breadcrumbs. They are giving out
Yes, yes, yes. The breadcrumbing you. Even I
bread.
don't know
bread.
half of it.
Okay.
So the thing is, tell me, for a senior person with a grandchild,
Yes.
how do you break that barrier? How do you break the ice? Because, I'm sure your grandson or anybody's grandkid, maybe even my nephew might feel, I can't talk to her about all this, So how do you come to that point since that they can
So
talk to you about it?
writers are very different kind of people. We are very
Yeah,
open,
yeah,
and I'm like a sponge.
yeah.
I take in from everyone,
Hmm.
and also I'm a carnivore of real life. So
Hmm.
he knows that.
He
So
knows
when
that.
he was 6 years old, he released a book. He came up on stage and he said, "Dadi, one day I will also write." So then he went through his studies and all, and then I thought that now he's 16, and we are close. We are very close. I think
Hmm.
that's why the breaking of ice was not a problem at all. But then
Hmm.
I have to tell you one very good news. What happened is that this book completely, it skyrocketed. Everyone started loving it. There were many festivals around it, and the book club. There was a big release in Bombay where I live, and
Yeah.
there was a big release in Delhi. And there was so much of media attention that then he started sending out his application forms to colleges, and he got it into the best of American colleges. But he said, "No, Dadi, I need one college of my dream," and I didn't know what that was.
Hmm.
Finally, on the day of my Bombay release, he
Hmm.
came and hugged me and he said, I have got this message from London School of Economics that they do want an author, a young author. So now he's at the London School of
Yeah.
Economics.
So
So
important to inculcate a love for books, where at the young age.
absolutely, absolutely. So yeah, I used to always give him books as gifts.
Yeah.
So he
Tell me,
is a
since we
reader.
have you, you're a life skills trainer and an author who's written about,
Yes,
younger generation and how to connect with them. Does
yes,
anybody here, do you face any challenges when it comes to, talking to youngsters in your family? And we have an author here who can tell us.
yes,
So
please.
anybody would like to, Ajita ji, would you like to, or anybody? Any questions for her?
Why I love what she said about writing and with the nephew and her grandson, and because I myself I connect with youngsters very,
Yes,
in spite of
wonderful.
my, I'm 81, but I connect with them very well, and I
Wonderful.
and I love that.
Yes,
That's
wonderful,
Yeah.
wonderful.
Benuji, anything? You would any questions? How do you re interact? Do you relate to what Neelam ji is saying, when you talk to youngsters in your family? Is it like this, or do you look at them with wonder that, listen, they are on a different planet, I'm on a different planet. There are some topics like let's just steer clear of. Does it work like that?
There are a lot of contradictions, when I interact with them,
Yeah.
and I avoid getting into any kind of an argument because I know I'm not that tech savvy. So I maintain a safe distance. But
That's so cute.
yeah, but I keep telling them that, the book is the base, for knowledge.
Yes,
They can't ignore books and they
yes.
must inculcate that habit of reading.
Mm,
Uh, it's not just the
absolutely.
internet that's going to give them information.
Mm.
Like we had encyclopedias and all in our time,
I
which are
Yeah.
know.
now like considered obsolete. Children they
Yes.
haven't heard of it. They would not like to look at it also, big bulky books.
Mm,
So I don't know, it's difficult to arouse their interest in it. But still,
mm.
let's
Yeah, I
see.
remember the
I hope,
Britannica series. I think it's stopped now.
yes.
Stopped publishing.
Hmm. Yeah, they've
It is
stopped
so
publishing.
sad.
Yeah.
When I see any shop bookstore being converted into a sweet shop or a shoe store, my heart cries because as a civilization, we can only remain civilized if people read. Words have power.
you
And
know, but one thing I tell you, what
yes.
makes it worse? Already they are on the everything we are computers, or they go on the now
Mm.
AI has come with AI,
Yes,
it
yes,
makes it
yes.
worse.
Yes. Now, as an author, I feel terrible that, we've struggled for years to refine our writing. Okay.
Yes.
And
Mm.
now people write their books in 15 minutes on AI,
Yes.
so,
Yeah.
and it is a prostitutization of writing. And they even win awards on that. And, it's not right. It's not right. There are no shortcuts to writing. I take classes on creative juices, write your book in 6 easy steps. And it's hard work. I mean, you have to imagine, not let Chat GPT imagine for you.
Write your book in
So,
6 easy steps.
yes.
Maybe you can give us some tips here at some point. Would people be interested? Anybody? Do we have a vote?
I'm interested in everything.
Anybody
I
else?
think
Raghavanji, Habibaji,
I'm
anybody?
also interested. Yes.
I,
So that
Yeah,
the
I'm interested too.
Okay. Fantastic.
Actually, it can't be summarized right now
No,
because
no,
it's,
not right now.
yeah,
Another time, maybe you can
sure.
just give us a few tips if somebody.
Sure.
Yeah.
Because it is all about the character arc and how do you create the storm in situations. It's a full form. And I'm so happy to say that, when I came back from America after my master's in journalism, so Mr. Khushwant Singh said, since you are good with words, let me make you better. And he made me drop my American learning, which was journalism, where you concise things. And then he taught me how to write fiction, where you expand things. And
Expand.
yeah. And that's where I learned the secret art of writing bestsellers. And then over the years, I started teaching it, and many bestsellers have come out of my workshops. But it's hard work. It's not, it's spaced over a month, and it's a write along class where, you know, I give them the tip, and then they frame it, they write it,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah, maybe we won't be able to do like a full workshop and it
yeah,
won't even
yeah,
be fair on you. But maybe if
yeah.
whoever's interested, you can just give a few tips for.
Sure, I will. Absolutely,
So,
absolutely, yes.
I've also shared another PDF. I'll share it on the WhatsApp group as well. This is another book which was on a wish list, to be read. It's called The Final Farewell, Understanding Last Rites and Rituals Across India's Major Faiths by Meenakshi Diva.
Anuradha.
So,
Okay, thanks a
thank you,
lot.
everybody.
Thanks,
Yeah.
thank you,
Thank you
everyone.
so
Bye
much.
bye.
Thank
Bye,
you.
Bye
Bye
bye.
ladies
bye.
and sir. Thank you.
Bye and all
And
the best for your
brother,
book.
thank you.